Hey guys, what's up? It's Tom. I'm solo again. Call me Tom Solo. I am missing my Chewbacca John, but I'm still coming at you with fresh reviews from comics that just came out today. It's Wednesday, new comic book day. So, Tom Solo's reviewing comics.
Love or hate it.
Lenticular,
All the comics we buy,
lenticular,
put us side by side.
brick by brick,
We built these channels and we proud of it.
our nerd life.
Ain't putting nothing up but lenticular.
All the comics we buy,
Lenticular,
put us side by side.
brick by brick.
We built these channels and we're proud of it.
Our nerd life
Ain't putting nothing above it. New comic book Wednesday, you know where I'm at. Solitaire with presidents as I buy my stacks. Good books, good crew, good shop, good brew. That's how we do it in the South.
Alright guys, so first off, right away, let's talk about a book that came out from Marvel, written by James Robinson, Nick Fury #2. So this just started. It's kind of a James Bond thriller. In this issue, we get Moonraker episode. James Bond, aka Nick Fury Jr., goes to space to get a steal of this specific thing from the Yakuza. And once again, what makes this absolutely amazing is, I mean, James Robinson does a great job at art. The story is moving very fast, but the outside of the box paneling and the two-page spreads and the super unique colors, this is what's really making this book stand out. And so I'm actually just absolutely loving it. And I love the 1970s, early 80s, our late 70s, early 80s James Bond movies like Moonraker and all the ones with everybody's least favorite Bond. But escaping my name right now, the blonde one. My favorite. Anyway, Nick Fury 2, it's absolutely dominating. So we get Nick Fury, he's goes to the moon, it's a solo mission. He gets to the very last stage, and spoiler, the thing that he came to steal has actually already been stolen by his nemesis, this new Hydra agent, who's not new, but she's new to me, I guess. And she's got this really cool 70s throwback look, villainous. And he didn't see her coming till the last second. It ends out that the people they got his intel from was actually a Hydra double agent, so Hydra already had the same intel that this was here. And I can't. Let's try to figure out what this thing is called. I wish I knew. I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, he does have this sweet thing called dust that he throws around. It's one of his James Bond tools, and it delays the cameras, and then he can use it as an explosive. But I can't remember. I think at the very beginning it even tells the mission. So let's go here. Here it is. The Moon mission to acquire plate tectonic control element from Mad Science Yakuza clan, the Shogun Reapers. And then we get the main villain in this is this kid who is Danny Fear. You get a really cool shot of him. He looks like a big badass. Well, anyway, I absolutely love this book. I'm going to keep on reading it. This was more fun than the first one. I know what I was getting into. They had the fun casino, James Bond casino part at the on issue 1, and now issue 2 we get a cool fun moon scene. As I said in one of my written reviews before, this is like a very throwback Miami Vice kind of feel, but then it has these pop layouts and these cool this cool technology that he uses to beat every guy in any situation before they think about it. He's always one step ahead. Well, I absolutely love that. And because of that mixed together with the old 70s and 80s feel of James Bond and Miami Vice coloring, I mean, you get something that's very 2017. So if you're not picking this up, I suggest you do. You don't have to be a Nick Fury fan. I don't give a shit about Nick Fury, but this book is absolutely awesome. So I would give it 6 out of 6 beers. This was even better than the first one. I absolutely loved it. All right, that brings us into my next one, which we're going to shift gears a bunch and go into an Image comic books, brought to you by Food One, also known as Jim Mahfood, and he is he does a lot of Tank Girl covers. He did the Clerks books. He has a very, very stylistic, sloppy style that is all to his own. He has this dedication to Spawn. This was an alternate cover that I got for Spawn. cool back. He loves to draw naked girls though and hot chicks, and this is all about Girl Scouts magic socks. So I've never read any of the Girl Scout books before. It's a series that I've seen here and there, and I have read the Clerks, and that's where I actually found out about him. I follow him on Instagram. He does really cool stuff. But I was excited, so I'm here. I'm at the shop, and I'm gonna pick up his issue that he wrote and drawn. It's based on these characters that he's had since the '90s, the Girl Scouts, and they're just like three badasses who do badass stuff. And in this, there's this crazy person who's after them, who's like a stepsister or something, and she's constantly just killing people, taking pictures of it and posting it, and it's really snarky and fun. And you see this one girl throughout the whole entire time is just like super drugged out, and she's one of the main Girl Scouts, so her other two friends are like trying to get her through while she's saying all these random stuff. And you can, the way that he like shows what drugs you're doing is really cool. He puts it like across panel, like with a stream of alcohol, and then like the pills in there, so you know everybody's getting fucked up. But I mean, what can you say about this? You don't see comics like this very often. It looks completely crazy. It's a super fun, fast-paced, a lot of action, a lot of fun, a lot of drugs, a lot of jokes. This is an app where it pulls out a gun and shoots people. I mean, there's a lot of crazy ideas, but overall, I absolutely enjoyed the ride. It didn't knock me on my feet. I actually enjoyed Nick Fury more. I'd give that a higher rating, but I did really enjoy this. So I will give this 5 out of 6 beers. I do suggest you pick it up. It's something outside of the box, and of course an Image #1, and they're always looking outside the box, even though this is a series that's been printed by Oni and whoever else in between. All right, brings me to my last review of the night, and we're doing something that I am not on, but it's issue number 20 of Unbeatable Squirrel Grrl. The main reason I got this is because of this beautiful Q*bert cover. I'm a big arcade guy. I love arcades. I love old school arcades, and I love the game Q*bert. This is a take on the Q*bert Diamond. You don't see that very often. And then also I know my daughter loves Unbeatable Squirrel Grrl. So the one comics I have read are the first 2 issues. But another thing that really made me pick this up was the Bagging and Boarding Bad Boy was just in Sioux Falls last weekend. He said something, I don't know if it was on a video that I was watching of him or when we were hanging out or whatever, but he said something about like he enjoys how there's books that you're not supposed to take seriously and you're supposed to have fun with. And one of the ones he said was the Unbeatable Squirrel Grrl. So I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. I actually enjoy fun books more than serious books. I've always liked the superheroing when it is kind of like a fun take on it. So this is definitely that. I'm jumping right in at a point where apparently all mosquitoes were like going to kill someone, or like going to bite anybody they bit was going to die. I don't really know because I don't have the backstory, but it seems to wrap up the Squirrel Girl's nemesis is dressed as Doom, and she's controlling all the animals, and she gets JJJ from the Daily Bugle to come and try to record it and get Squirrel Girl in trouble because she's controlling all the animals, but she's trying to say she can only control squirrels, and it's all really goofy. And in the end, Squirrel Girl wins. J. Jonah Jameson and the police officer get a bunch of text messages from all the Avengers vouching for Squirrel Girl so she doesn't get in trouble. And mostly, though, it's just kind of like having fun with her and these 3 friends. One of them, Koi Boy, is also a badass superhero. And so it's definitely super fun. The art, I like how the colors, they're not trying anything. These skies, they're just blue. They're not doing a bunch of stuff with shadows. This is the main villain right here. Her name's Melissa, and she is a total witch. But then it has fun full-page panels like this, and this is when Squirrel Girl and Koi Boy have to kick butt against a bunch of animals. Which later they use an EMP and blah blah blah. All the animals go on the side. Oh, but where's that part? One of Squirrel Girl's squirrels has to infiltrate the enemy, but dressed as a rat, so they shave him, and he looks really funny. I wonder if I can find that spot. And he doesn't want to, and it's kind of like why one more reason why these kind of comics are super fun. But overall, I absolutely loved it. I love it had a really good letters page. It had a funny back page. It had an opening thing that was really fun. All this added content that I really enjoyed. So that I definitely feel like I want to, keep reading this. But here it is. This is a squirrel shaved to look like a rat. Infiltrates to get close enough to drop the EMP. But definitely a super fun book. So all 3 of these books that I reviewed this week, I enjoyed. This one I would give 5 out of 6 beers. I mean, because 6 out of 6 beers you got to save for things like when you get the good issue of Nick Fury. But anyway, guys, I fucking like this one. I liked Girl Scouts. I liked Nick Fury. That's all I'm reviewing. I will say these are some other things I picked up. Was the Wildstorm 3 and 4. I must have missed issue 3 sometime. Harley Quinn issue 20. They had Walking Dead 167 and back for me. It looks like a super thick issue. Can't wait to jump into that. So I still have some more reading to do, but that's what I'm talking about this time. If you didn't check out any of the comic book looks videos from this week, check them out. We put out like 4, a bunch of SuperCon stuff from the con in Sioux Falls, and other things. So, definitely subscribe to our channel. If you're not, hit us up with a question at acomicbooklook@gmail.com, Twitter, acomicbooklook, Tom Stu Divine on Instagram, and other than that, as John always says, keep it comics.